everyone, Mac is back, and as you can see from a lot of my more recent content, I've gone extensively into the commanders of the game because they are so important with the stats that they bring to your army and also the abilities and skills that they have as well that are to help your in fighting as well. And the better you can maximize that, the tougher you'll be, the better your account is. So what I wanted to go over today was something a little bit, just a kind of something I thought about that might be actually a viable strategy for some, depending on where you are in the game, and that is to just basically completely avoid upgrading any of your commanders to level to 4 stars awakening, and just putting them to 3 stars awakening for the stats themselves. So I'm going to put together this video for you to show you different ways to put together commanders for if you're probably a medium spender, maybe even a little bit more than a medium spender, for the 3 troop line. So this is basically going to be a 3 troop line, 3 formations that you should have together, ready for, if you're the rally leader or if you're doing solos, just to be able to manipulate your front line to the point where you get the maximum value from the commanders that you have. So let's get to it. So we're back in here in the formations tab, and what we should be looking for are total attack commanders. And the reason you want the total attack commanders is because that attack is being multiplied times 3 for each troop that you have in your army. So by doing that, I'm going to break it down into 3 different formations. I'll do this relatively quickly with also putting some stats together as well, just to kind of give you an idea of why I chose these commanders over other ones. And this will actually, and just a little preface this as well, this will change once other commanders become awakened. We're basically using awakened commanders when it comes to your fighting, because they just give you those extra troops. And as you can see here, like with Seg, have 21,000 troops, where the base of other commanders is 11,000, I believe. Whereas, yeah, down here you can see the 11,000. So, I mean, it's just massive difference when you add 10,000 per commander. So you add 50,000 more to your army. It's not worth it to take another commander that might have a little bit more, maybe some more stats, and even then they typically don't, because you have them upgraded anyway. So going on with that, we're going to start with an infantry front line. Infantry is probably the most popular front line right now in the game. It really hasn't changed that much either. I haven't seen any other ones become more prevalent. Spear maybe a little bit is in there, and Cav is still lacking behind just because of the dynamics of the game. But so the very first thing that I want to say is that Julian's going to be in every single one of your 3 troop formations, just because he is giving so much so much attack to each troop. He's given 76 for spear attack, and then 74% for cav and infantry. So he's going to be in every single one. He's the best when it comes to the total stats itself. And then looking at the next one, we're going to stick right here with Annie, because Annie has some really good stats as well, so that her total stats, and that's what's going to be key again when it talks about this. So a 45% total attack, so you multiply that times 3 and you get 135% attack total, the attack that she's giving to all her troops. So she's doing really well in a 3 troop formation, even at the 3 stars, even with just taking her 4-star ability out of it. And since we are using a frontline infantry, Arya is very, very good, because she's going to have the total attack of 38.4%, but she also throws in 18% infantry health and 66% infantry defense, which is quite fantastic too. And then the next commander we're going to put in there is Seg, and the reason we're going to use Seg over some other commanders is because he gives a total attack, which is great, at 43.3%, plus he has total defense of 43.3 and total health of 9.6. So he's a very versatile commander, because he'll help all your front lines, plus he'll help your the attack of all your troops simultaneously. And the last commander that we're going to do, and this is a little odd. I initially went to Theon, because Theon is a total attack commander. He's a bow commander, of course, but his total attack is 45.4%. So at that is actually the highest total attack of all these commanders, but he doesn't give anything else. There's nothing else that he has that he'll contribute to your formation here or your troops. So, but I figured out that, or I kept looking to see which other commanders would be better. And you could look at, Layla has 39.4, but she gives cav stats, so you really don't like her. Another one would be maybe Sonara, but Sonara's not awakened, so again, you're going to lose those troops in there, and you're going to lose some stats as well. She would give you 30% infantry health and defense, plus a 15% total attack. So you're losing out on the attack, a lot of attack, because you're only going 15% compared to Theon's 45, but you're gaining some frontline defense and health. So that wouldn't be too bad. I thought about that as well, but I really think the commander that you want is Selma. If you have her to 3 stars, Selma's going to give you, and I don't have her there, so I'm estimating on this based on other commanders of having her cav attack and her spear attack of 40%. So with those two being at 40%, once you get her to 3 stars, I believe those are going to both go to 90% apiece, or close to that, either 90 or 92, I believe it's what it's going to be. So if you put that into play, now we're talking 180% attack of your troops, and no other commander that I can put in this last slot can beat that. So I think she goes in there, plus she gives that total health, which is going to be around 40% as well to that front line, so whatever front line you have. So she's a very versatile commander as well. And like I said previously, is that when other commanders get awakened, I think that's where it's going to change. So when Sonara gets awakened, I think you'll be she might be the one that you want to put in here instead, just because of those stats. So this is an infantry front line here. You can either mix it up any other way with cav, spear, or spear cav in your next 2 lines, because this is all 3 troop attacks. Now the only one that we're going to sub out for the spear and the cav is just one. There's only one commander we're going to be taking out. So like I'm taking out Arya because she buffs the infantry front. Well, if we switch to a spear front, then at that point we're going to want to go to a commander that helps buff the spear, and that's going to be Jaime, because Jaime's going to give you that spear health and spear defense, and also continue with the spear attack. So he'll be very powerful when it comes to a spear front line, because Jaime will give you 74% spear health and 76% spear defense, along with his 39.6 total attack. So that is very powerful. So that's what you're going to want. That's your lineup right here for a spear front. And then once you get to a cav front, the final commander you're going to want there is our obvious one from before, which was Layla. And she does the exact same thing that Jaime does. You can see the stats right there, the 24%, 48, 48. When it all adds up, she's doing just a little bit less total attack by 0.2%. And then she has the 74 and 76 health and defense respectively, same thing as Jaime. So that will be another way to go too. And then again, I'm not gonna change Selma, because she just has like those massive attack abilities when she is at 3 stars in gold. And you could see that Seg here as well, having him is still going to be plenty of attack along with the other commanders as well. So this is like I said, real short video. Just wanted to show you. Look at your I think this is actually a pretty viable way, because when that 4-star ability is 320 of those epic tokens, and it's 320 of those, and you can upgrade. You can save those and upgrade and just do like a pure stat punch. So basically you're punching the opponent really well. So it's not a bad way to go. And then if later on in the game you want to upgrade to a 4-star, I think that's a viable option as well. But this may be something you want to do initially before trying to upgrade other ones to 4 stars. Just get them all 3 stars and get a lot of stats in there and be able to be very powerful. So until next time, Mac out.